Sheldon, what the hell are you doing?
What is the most mind-numbing pedestrian job conceivable?
Have you heard about the Cheesecake Factory? If you haven't, you're missing out on some delicious food. The Cheesecake Factory is a staple in suburban dining and has existed for decades now. Famous not only for desserts, The Big Bang Theory even had their leading lady Penny working as a waitress at the Cheesecake Factory.
You know, for a smart guy, you really seem to have a hard time grasping the concept, don't piss off the people who handle the things you eat.
While it's a large part of many people's lives, there are many facts that remain under the radar. Whether you're a Cheesecake Factory lover or you're only now finding out about it,
I never imagined.
here are the top 10 untold truths about the Cheesecake Factory. The Cheesecake Factory has over 40 varieties of cheesecake.
Oh, you know, I'm not that much of a sweet tooth. Oh my God, so creamy.
The primary purpose of the Cheesecake Factory is and has always been cheesecake. This is why they're the only restaurant with more than 40 different types of cheesecake on offer. You'd think there would be one type of cheesecake considering the name, but the staff behind the menu have created so many more. If you took a look at all the different varieties, it's likely you'd never want to leave the store. They have Oreo cheesecake, mango key lime cheesecake, and celebration cheesecake, to name just a few. The celebration cheesecake should be eaten on special occasions of celebration, as the name suggests. Obviously, you could classify visiting the Cheesecake Factory as a celebratory occasion in itself if you so wish. I'm not judging. For people with different taste buds that don't agree with too much sweetness, there's the salted caramel cheesecake. They have cheesecakes that taste like coffee for those of us who need the energy of coffee without having to drink large cups of it. They have cheesecakes that taste like chocolate. You can have any chocolate you want. Mousse, white chocolate, Hershey's bar, the tuxedo fudge, or even the 30th anniversary variety with only chocolate and cream cheese. If you want to have something sweet without cheating on your diet,
I do have a figure to maintain. Oh, I better get another for you. Computer!
they offer the low-carb cheesecake and the low-carb cheesecake with strawberries. No need to feel guilty while getting a slice of this delicious wonder.
Don't you worry about cholesterol, lung cancer, love handles?
They even have pumpkin and pumpkin pecan cheesecakes. These two are only available in September to get everyone in the Halloween spirit. The peppermint bark is available for Thanksgiving and the winter holidays. I'd advise not to try them all at once. Remember that these delicious cheesecakes have been a factor in the bankruptcy of former NFL player Vince Young. Yes, they're that good, they make you forget how much you're spending. All of these cheesecakes are made in 2 bakeries, one in California and the other in North Carolina. So every cheesecake you will ever eat from any cheesecake factory in the world is made at one of these 2 bakeries. The bakeries freeze the cheesecakes and ship them across the globe every day. Can you wrap your head around this? I can't. What happens if a restaurant runs out of cheesecake on the other side of the world? Can they do overnight shipments of cheesecakes? So many questions that will never be answered.
Your fault. You spazzed me out.
So let's take comfort in one more slice of cheesecake. While eating your cheesecake with one hand, use the other to take a poke at that subscribe button and ring that bell to be a part of our notification squad.
The moment to applaud would be now.
Reading is fundamental for the Cheesecake Factory.
Because reading is what? Fundamental! That's right, children.
The original, basic cheesecake that started it all is still on the menu. It's as delicious as the others, despite its simplicity.
It's good.
You'd totally get why everybody was so crazy about them when they first started. Enough for them to open a restaurant based on one item. Evelyn Overton, who is the original owner and baker, didn't create the recipe. Turns out that the recipe was found in a newspaper. She was looking for a recipe for a new dessert choice for her family when she stumbled onto it. Great catch, Evelyn. She originally baked only for her family and friends. When she figured out how much people loved them, she started to sell them locally. Decades later, it's a full-blown phenomenon with hundreds of restaurants. That's enough for everyone to buy a newspaper subscription. Maybe we can find something to build our own Fortune 500 company. The Cheesecake Factory originated in a Detroit basement kitchen.
Oh yeah, work it, baby, work it. Turn that off.
Another fact is that it started in a Detroit basement kitchen.
Should we eat the spaghetti?
I don't know anyone who has a kitchen in their basement, but that seems like an excellent idea. Evelyn could concentrate and create thousands of cheesecakes for herself without anyone knowing.
I'm doing what?
Can you imagine how delicious that basement smelled? I wonder if they thought about preserving it as a museum of cheesecake. Evelyn wasn't thinking about a large business when she was baking in there. She thought of it as a way to make some cash while she took care of her children. She always had a dream to open a bakery someday. The first official Cheesecake Factory didn't open until her children were all grown up in 1978 by Evelyn's son, David. He started as a musician, then left his band to help his parents with their new business. The company was originally marketed as a bakery and sold desserts to other local restaurants. A couple of years later, they widened it and made it into a restaurant. It still has more dessert varieties than most other restaurants. That's because David Overton wanted to prove that a restaurant can succeed with a large dessert menu. This restaurant also has more items than most others. With its 21-page menu, it offers more than 250 plates: pasta, pizza, sandwiches, and desserts. You can eat there for almost an entire year without tasting the same thing twice. It seems overwhelming, but it works for them, despite their large serving sizes. I'd love to know their secrets.
I'm busy.
Excuse me, miss. I'd like to order lunch.
The Cheesecake Factory goes through a shocking number of avocados.
You look like an avocado. Had sex with an older, more disgusting avocado. Yeah.
One of the best facts about the Cheesecake Factory is that they use so many avocados. For all of the avocado lovers out there, the factory is looking out for you. They go through more than 3 million pounds of avocado every year because there's no such thing as too many avocado toasts. They use avocados in so many of their dishes.
You've got to treat them with love, respect.
Almost all of their appetizers are prepared with avocados. They have multiple salads with avocados. They have burgers and sandwiches. You can have avocados in your entree, main dish, and dessert. More importantly, they have the world's most famous egg rolls. If you're a fan of egg rolls, these will make your day. They have 3 main types of egg rolls: avocado egg rolls, Tex-Mex egg rolls, and the egg roll samplers, which are samples of all their egg rolls on one plate. With the samplers, you can try them all and pick your favorite, or just love them all. You can even dig into their superfoods section on the menu. These are the plates with the most nutrients and antioxidants. They're mixes of greens and grains. They're perfect for healthy, clean diets.
I am sorry, you are haunting. Your face is the stuff of nightmares.
The Cheesecake Factory has so many sauce varieties.
You're gonna see beautiful food.
The Cheesecake Factory loves their sauces. Each restaurant makes more than 100 sauces daily. They dress almost all of their dishes with sauces, even the desserts. They have sweet sauce, spicy sauce, hot sauce, and plenty more. It's all about your taste. You'll never run out of sauces in there. Some of these sauces, like the tamarind cashew dipping sauce, can take more than 1 hour to make.
Hey, guys, sorry you had to wait, but we are swamped.
However, the company insists on making everything fresh. So, every sauce you taste is made that same day.
We're never getting our drinks.
No, but we knew that.
That would seem like a lot of waste, but there's more good news. You can purchase the sauces at any of the restaurants. You don't have to eat anything there. You can simply get in there and buy any sauce you want. This way, you can stock up your fridge with sauces to put on all of your dishes at home. It doesn't have to be the dishes that you prepare from their online recipes. It can be your own dishes. They'll never know. More of the Overtons.
Why do you want to hug me?
Huh? What? This is one of the best rags to riches stories. The Overtons started with baking in a basement kitchen. Evelyn never thought that the recipe she found in the newspaper would be so popular. She closed her first little shop quickly after opening it to focus on raising her children. When they reopened again with the help of her son, they scored big. David knew his mom's cheesecake recipe was a winner. Talk about a proud son. Fast forward to now, they have 3 different restaurant chains. You thought the Cheesecake Factory was the only one, but you're wrong. While the Cheesecake Factory is available at over 200 locations, including South Korea and Mexico, the company owns 2 more restaurant concepts: Grand Lux Cafe and RockSugar Pan Asian Kitchen. The Grand Lux Cafe, David Orton's take on the classic European cafe, is available at 13 locations. RockSugar Pan Asian was built upon the partnership between David Orton and Chef Mohan Ismail, a Singapore-raised chef. Getting ideas for a road trip?
No, absolutely not. No way, we're going back.
All of these restaurants are begging for you to try them. They used to have a self-service Cheesecake Factory at Disney World's Disney Quest. Unfortunately, they didn't renew their contract with Disney, so it closed in 2008. That must have been a good time, when you could get the best dessert in one of the happiest places on earth.
Let them eat cake.
The Cheesecake Factory is one of the best companies to work for, apparently.
Hello, I'm Sheldon. I'll be your server today.
The Cheesecake Factory is the only restaurant on Fortune 100's Best Companies to Work For list for 2 years in a row. It's also the only Los Angeles company to be on the list. So they're fantastic both on camera and behind the scenes. Most restaurant employees are overworked and always have something to complain about, not the ones who work at the Cheesecake Factory. According to reviews, they treat their employees with the respect they deserve and give them all the necessary benefits. All the employees have a corporate health plan for themselves and their immediate family members. They also get a 3 weeks paid sabbatical for every 5 years of service at the corporate level.
He has a 5-year plan.
What is it? Don't die?
If you're looking for a job, you might want to check them out. Who wouldn't want to work somewhere that always smells like cheesecake?
Employed?
The Cheesecake Factory is a very charitable franchise.
I brought you here to offer you a job. What job? My job.
The Overtons just want to take the trophy for the best people in the world. They fill our stomachs with delicious food, treat their employees like family, and donate more than 500,000 pounds of food a year to food rescue programs. They want to feed the world. They're not even feeding us bad food.
Some garbage is okay.
Most restaurants throw away their leftovers or give them to their employees. This restaurant makes sure that the people with no food get some.
I already am eating from the trash can all the time.
These people are like the grandparents of the world. Since they make everything fresh daily, there's always a good amount of leftovers. They donate these surplus foods to the Harvest Food Donation Program. This program collects foods from restaurants to give them to shelters and other programs for people with lower incomes. These foods will go on to be served at local soup kitchens, after-school programs, and transitional houses. They also raise money for community projects. For example, they raised more than $2.5 million for the City of Hope. They just keep spreading love wherever they go.
I've slept with guys for less.
The Cheesecake Factory is the inventor of the carrot cheesecake.
Smell good, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you like carrot cake? They don't taste like carrots at all. Imagine that goodness mixed into a cheesecake. Well, you don't have to imagine it. It's real, and the Cheesecake Factory invented it. The restaurant created the carrot cake cheesecake. It started out as a joke, and now it's a staple. You can find recipes of carrot cake cheesecakes everywhere now, but you should always remember that the Cheesecake Factory did it first. So if you want to taste the original one, swing by one of their restaurants. Unfortunately, they don't share their cheesecake recipes online. Bummer. They probably don't want anyone else to claim their perfection.
Planning on stealing something?
What? No.
The Cheesecake Factory is always imagining new and fresh recipes and add new items to their menu often. While it's not always original recipes, they do come up with many of them. After all, there's never enough varieties of cheesecake in the world. They also keep coming up with new burgers and salads.
One bacon cheeseburger, breaking 2 Jewish dietary restrictions simultaneously.
Diners are serenaded with sweet melodies at the Cheesecake Factory.
I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake at nighttime, real late at night. Cheesecake.
These restaurants are not only known for their amazing cheesecakes and sauces, they also have beautiful tunes to serenade you while you're eating. Guess who picks these songs? Not the manager like I thought. It's David Overton himself, son of Evelyn Overton and current CEO of the Cheesecake Factory. He used to be in a band called the Billy Roberts Blues Band that opened for famous artists like Janis Joplin. The band was successful enough that he was able to put himself through college with his income. Based on the restaurant's food, which he tastes himself before putting it on the menu, you know he got to have great musical taste too.
Sensational.
He still handpicks all of the music in all of the Cheesecake Factory restaurants. How humble of him to not ban every other band except his own. He nourishes both our souls and our bodies. It's so nice of him to dedicate so much time to his parents' dream and continue to watch it flourish.
Why you gotta fight with me at Cheesecake? You know I love to go there.
Have your cheesecake and eat it too. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you don't miss out on what all the other Babble Toppers already know. We love making videos, so stick around and just click to check out more.